Hey everyone, this is Redblade here, and I just wanted to do a series of short videos going over the changes of the most recent Type Lumina patch, patch 1.3. It's a really huge overhaul, and a lot of characters got changed, and I feel the most comfortable starting with Arcueid, so let's just get into it. Like all characters, 5B and 5C won't proc low shield anymore. Instead, it triggers a special failed guard state that drains 2 moon icons, deals chip damage, and also has increased block stun. This is especially strong on a strike throw character like Arcueid because she won't have to second guess her offense as much. Also a universal change, 3C got faster with more head invincibility. Normally this wouldn't be a super huge change since she didn't get much off launchers mid-screen, but it's pretty consequential with one of her new moves. JA and JB got range buffs, JA to its upward hitbox and JB to its forward hitbox. JB was already an absurd button to use in neutral, and now it's even better with the range increase. JA's use was kind of more niche, and I'd imagine it's to make air-to-air confirms more consistent. J2B also got a hitbox increase, likely to make her mid-screen confirms off of 4C more consistent, because there were some times where you would try it and the combo would drop. Half the time that routing worked in the old patch, so it's nice to see some consistency here. 4C itself has increased range and decreased startup. There are some points the move whiffed mid-screen, leaving you wide open to a punish, particularly off of max range 5C. The range increase is pretty noticeable if you played this character before, and it also allows you to do some new routing into it in the corner combos where you might have had to use an A normal before, allowing you to squeeze out a bit of extra damage. As for the new move I was alluding to, she now has a charged version of her J2B. It's an overhead, and most of the time it's 0 on block. However, it allows her to confirm off of things that she normally couldn't before, like 4BC and 3C. Here's what you had to do for a consistent confirm off of 4BC before the patch. And now here's what you can do with the new move. This is probably the biggest change she got, and it's a very welcome addition. It's also used as a stabilizer for her more advanced corner combos and is a pretty huge damage unlock off of 623A. Her Rekkas do more damage, have better upward hitboxes so that they won't drop out on more finicky confirms, and most importantly, there's a second hit follow-up that you can do by holding back and pressing a button. And more importantly, this new follow-up is comboable. Another flaw of this character before the patch is that she didn't really get much off of her pokes if they were spaced out, and she had to generally commit meter for subpar damage. But now with these new changes, she can generally confirm off pretty much anything at any range given it hits. Again, another very welcome change. Charge 2 through 6A has 2 frames less startup, a range increase, and 2 frames less recovery, meaning it's only a 5 frame gap from her heavy normals, and it's also +6 on block, up from +4. This makes it more in line with other plus on block pressure reset tools, meaning she won't have to gamble on whether the character is going to shield or backdash after it. It's a pretty nice way to standardize the tool. 623B has increased damage. Before you didn't really want to use it that much aside from fringe cases mid-screen and never wanted to use it in the corner. However, the buffs make it a pretty essential part of her new routing and give her some pretty insane damage. Take a look at this combo. That's approaching 5k for 1 bar, which is outstanding damage in this game. Before, that 214B starter was only doing around 4k, which is about a 300 damage increase just from 623B alone. 214A got better on block, being -2 to +2, up from -3 to +1. It also has increased hit stun. With the removal of skill bonus, 214A almost never comboed into anything, so increased hit stun is nice. As a pressure tool, it's completely insane now, as being a max of +2 means there's a lot more leeway for it to be +1 and even 0, meaning a lot of characters just can't do anything about it otherwise than block or shield. It's a very, very strong neutral tool. Not that it wasn't already, but it feels even more overtuned now. Finally, her 3BC Moonskill prorates less and deals more damage. It was already a nice tool as a low and throw crush pretty early on, so the extra damage is nice. It's probably because there was a almost universal health increase to characters this version, so having it deal only around 3.5 meters like it did before would be kind of weak. That same combo did about 3.5 in the last version, so it's nice to see her mix up get more reward. Overall, this patch has been insane for Arcueid. She got buffs where she arguably needed to get nerfed, and I'm confident in saying she's one of the biggest winners of this patch in 1.3, as the system mechanics heavily buffed her as well, with dash blocking allowing her to close the gap extremely easily, and there being way more risk to try to low shield her out. Consistent confirms off of her best poke was the only thing that I thought she was missing out on last patch, and that's been alleviated by the new charged J2B and upwards Rekka. I even feel confident in saying she's top 1 this patch, as her main competition in Vlav actually got powered down a bit in comparison, but that's a video for another day.